Hello, I'm here again. One day later, probably like the only time ever that I'm going to stream on a Saturday. Usually I'm like busy on Saturdays or doing stuff. It's not true all the time. Um, but usually there is something going on, and so Saturdays are just usually not an option for me. But today it is an option, and also I basically got to the very end of the game last night. And by last night, I mean 4 a.m. in the morning after streaming for 8 hours straight. And so waiting until next Friday to play the game for like maybe 45 minutes would have been the worst, most sad thing that I've ever seen. So I kind of just wanted to get this done. The next day. Honestly, if my brain wasn't as like melted as it was then, I would have just finished it. But by the time that I had gotten to where I was, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. My mental faculties were beginning to fail me, and basic root number puzzle thing, which is the standard for this game, was becoming impossible to do in my head. I saw the numbers and I would go 2 plus 4, and then I would have to sit there and my brain would start turning the gears, and steam would come out of my ears, like because I had put coal in the thing, like the boiler room, and it would start to work and work and work, and then eventually I would come to the conclusion that 2 plus 4 equals 6, and then I would have to add a 7 on top of that, and I would have to slowly go, you can split 7 into 4, and then that's 10, and then 3 plus 10, what is 3 plus 10? 3 plus 10 is 13, and eventually I was able to find the root numbers, and only 1 plus 3 is 4, but that's not the number that I need, so then you have to switch to the next number and then hope that the next number is actually the correct one. So that was that over and over again, and it was painful. But now I am here for... Oh, true. I was about to start this. I was kind of dead set on just finishing it until he said this will take me 3 days to tell you everything, which means that somehow this is going to be the probably biggest exposition dump in this whole entire game, in a game that is like full of insanely long, not even exposition dumps, just like the short version. Probably only one day then. And a game that is completely and totally full of like fun fact dumps that take like 20 minutes to explain why the Titanic was going the way that the Titanic was, and how to use a map, a nautical map, and then whenever you use the nautical map you need to like communicate stop and stuff. Oh, 7 is a detective, I guess. He didn't like give detective vibes, honestly. And I guess maybe because he like forgot literally everything that he's ever known, that would probably be a bit of a problem. True. Uh-huh. The 16 people that disappeared, I wonder who they could possibly be. Right. I've also got my water here. The water that I did not drink yesterday, so it's all stale. Stale water. And it took me time. I'm gonna be honest. Woke up at 2 p.m. today. I did wake up earlier, like for whatever reason I woke up at 8 in the morning. But the second I looked at my phone and saw 8 in the morning, I knew that I was just going to go back to sleep. But like, I'm gonna be honest, it took me a little while to go back to sleep, so I could have just stood up at 8 in the morning and continued on with my day, and well, not probably, it would have been way better for me if I did just do that, because I think that was actually just like the circadian rhythm saying, hey, please wake up. We're gonna live like a normal person and wake up at 8 a.m. and then function, get your stuff cooked and ready, so that you can function in society and maybe get things done by noon and be good to go. But that's not the way that I wanted to go. I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, it's 8 a.m. I should just sleep more, even though I didn't need to sleep more. And so then I slept until 2. And I was still tired because whenever you sleep long like that, it loops around to being horrible. That's awkward. Here for the finale. Welcome, Jurihan channel. I'm here for the finale too. I'm hoping that it doesn't take me a complete... Is there no sound? Are you... what? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, it's not picking up the sound at all. You're right. Hold on. Thank you for telling me. I am going to make a new source. There it goes. I had to like restart the source in there. A red droopy eye guy, I agree. Yeah, I don't know why there was no sound. I had the correct thing selected. I went in and reselected the thing, and it was working. It also, hold on. I don't think I have chat on the side of the screen either, which makes no sense. Hold on. Let me fix my chat box. Control. And then you should be there, but you're not there. Let me redo. What? Why isn't this working? I have the pop out. But it's not there. Maybe I have to I think I need to redo the chat box too. Let me see if I can have another chat box. And then click you in and you enter. It's not working. Remove. Okay. Then I will grab browser. Yes. URL. Here. Yes. Enter. Then I will grab all of you. Okay. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to give up and accept that there will not be a chat box here. Okay. There's a chat box. Now I just need to copy the settings over, I guess. 375, 400. And then I can move you down. I don't know why I just had to reapply literally everything. All I did was make a new source, and I copied the exact same settings from that source into the new source, and then it appeared. So I don't know why that would work the way that it does, or not work the way that it is, but either way, now it's fixed. And you're on the screen.
My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light.
That's how I was feeling after 8.5 hours of 999 playing yesterday. Beating it 5 different times.
I woke up on a hard floor.
On 4 different endings.
Damn it. Shit, my head hurts.
I think it was only, yeah, it was 4.
I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, sink.
The Nonary.
A toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless
the
times
worst.
as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh?
All by your lonesome?
Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it.
It had a 7 on it?
I pushed and pulled on
no.
it, but...
Honestly, the toilet seems pretty private, given that there's nobody else in the room.
It won't open.
I guess they can, like, pop open the thing and then take a look, though.
Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw
it was worth a shot.
The door a few times, but it wouldn't budge.
The physical force trying to open things has been a constant throughout his entire time in the Nonary process, and it has not worked a single time. Did I sleep okay? Honestly, I mean, pretty good, but pretty bad at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I feel rested, but I woke up at like 8 a.m. and I should have just gotten up at 8 a.m. whenever I woke up at 8 a.m. because I felt fine. But then I made it worse by going to sleep again and sleeping until like 2. Because now I'm like more tired than I was whenever I woke up at 8 a.m. But I saw the clock say 8 a.m. and then I thought that it's 8 a.m. and it's on the weekend. There's no way where I wake up at 8 a.m. It was one of your few days off, but you hit second wind at least 3 times. True. Oh, ear K-ing.
No, it was several.
But yeah, it was an experience.
5 or 6, maybe more.
I think it was exhausting. Like, whenever you're streaming for that long, and you're trying to think of things to say, I want to go back and look through it, at least like just to see how often I was sitting in silence and stuff, because there must have been long moments where my brain had completely left my body and I was just kind of sitting there staring at the screen and clicking, listening to what like Seven had to say as he exposition dumped. And I was trying to like, I wasn't even trying to figure out anything. I was just like experiencing it.
There it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. A hole in the wall.
The commentary was coherent after 7 or 8 hours. That's kind of insane, actually. Because by like, definitely by hour 7 and 8, like the words that I was saying, I was struggling to like find the words for concepts, if that makes sense. Especially whenever I was trying to solve puzzles and I couldn't make basic addition happen. Basic arithmetic wasn't happening. And whenever I was trying to like, I'm trying to think of an example, but I would say something, try to reword the thing, and then say it the exact same way that I had just said it. And I felt it.
I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in.
So they went and just took Seven with all the kids and tossed him in a cell. I wonder why they didn't like actually just murder him. Oh my god. Does the force work for the first time and only time ever?
Yeah. How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the
Oh, I thought you was talking about the toilet, not the
Sweat
grate.
was dripping down my face. So I wiped it off and crawled inside.
They've got to have like cameras or something in there. They're watching him crawl around.
I had a wriggle on my belly.
And there's going to be a death game where he has to play Operation in the middle of the air vent to get through.
Skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I
switch all the body parts on this little guy into the other guy to open up the air vent, or else you'll be suffocated and die.
A massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then
no way.
There was a voice.
Oh, a couple of kids got incinerated. That's nice. 18 minutes is kind of double the time that they have in the current group.
What?
But I think these ones, this would have been like all children, and instead this next one is like all adults.
Almost as if that was a cue.
I'm pretty sure.
I heard a mess of young sounding voices.
Yeah, because like Clover and Snake would have been kids here,
A bunch of them.
and then it would have been 9 years later.
Terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it. What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could.
Nice.
I didn't care.
It's impressive to get through it that fast.
On the left side of the duct. The kids were
Deus Ex gameplay.
I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place?
I like the idea that he's sitting there telling the story to Clover and Junpei,
Room had a dome up.
like as calmly as he, not as calmly as he can, but you know, relatively like I'm sitting at a bar telling people a cool story. But they're also at the same time aware that in the next room, June is being held at gunpoint by Santa, and also Lotus and Ace are there too. Ace was probably dead, to be honest.
From surprise and fear, scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Bro,
That's some pretty white hair. Very white hair. I wonder if that's Santa and that's
I
Snake,
floated
maybe?
around, dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good
Because they had like they were at the experiment.
Frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older
Yeah.
in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared.
I wonder why it sounds like Santa's voice but slightly higher pitched.
I'm here to rescue.
That might be a hint.
It looked like they relaxed.
Go ahead and write that one down. We can keep it in mind for
How are you
later.
gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there.
We climb through the grate. We can all sit in the cell together.
I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Oh, 9.
Wait, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burn
Then
it
just like climb into
Can't you
the thing.
hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So.
That would be bad. I still don't know where the incinerator comes in during the like gameplay.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes.
They got a lot of time.
Back down at the kids.
Ace was only given 9.
So I could do 20
Santa set it up to be more cruel in his Nonary game.
No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea.
Oh, it is like 30 feet.
Where is he going?
You do have like 9 or not 9 minutes, like a full 15 minutes to gather yourself.
They just got frightened. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I try to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back. I promise.
Don't
just
worry,
stay
I'm in a
calm and wait
near-death
right there.
situation,
Got it?
but this one stranger has looked at me, given me a little bit of a wink and a smirk, so I'm feeling like I can get through anything now.
Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan.
What's with the toilet angle?
When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator.
Why is it always the toilet? Even whenever he was yanking the grate off the thing, he was looking at the
Tipped out the
toilet.
doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
He crawled through the toilet.
Back in the cell, I torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done.
Oh, so
Alright, just tie that on
7
yourself,
saves like
okay?
all the
I'll
kids.
pull you up one at a time.
Why would Santa not remember?
Right.
I understand why like Snake wouldn't, but
Something was off.
Santa should
Never warned
know.
you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
And what the hell are you doing here?
True.
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door.
He was in the middle of explaining.
So there's other stupid rules. Not stupid, very well thought out rules that are relevant because of Ace's own psychotic self.
5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Creepy.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just
I like
get us
whenever
out of
it in this game because it's in adventure mode. I've been playing in adventure mode for like the entire time. Whenever it goes into like the crazy deaths and stuff, it just decides to switch to novel, so you have to read the whole thing and go, a knife was shoved inside of the person and it was twisted and it left a big hole in the person and there was blood everywhere and their arm is broken and bones are sticking out of them and they just want you to be as uncomfortable as possible.
He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door.
Oh no. Who's there?
It had a thick, square window set into it.
Oh?
On the other
Welcome
side,
Holland?
an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is
No.
the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
I wanted to cook them. Joining in, missing 8 hours of game, true. Except, like, I'm gonna be honest, you only missed like an hour
Man stepped in looking
or
happy.
2 of relevant game.
I recognized
Because
him.
what happened
I
yesterday
saw him many times in photos.
was I played it, beat the game once,
The
got
man's name,
murdered, beat it again,
Taru Hongo,
got murdered,
CEO of Cradle
beat it again a different way, got murdered, beat it again, got
From the rope.
got coffined, beat it again, got murdered.
Like he was an animal. He lo-
So this is the real ending.
No!
This is the most interesting and important part. So you basically have only, you're here for the good part, The rest of it was like desperately trying to get through puzzles, as I naively assumed that my own smarts and intuition could get me to the true ending. I was wrong. Even with like slight spoilerage, I knew that the bookmark was relevant. I didn't know how relevant. That is Ace. Dude was like slightly younger and crazier. He did just like collect kids to try to give them molecule telepathy.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
It's weird seeing him without like the current look.
What experiment?
Maybe you shouldn't have connected the detective next to your child incineration room.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you?
Boy, the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind
Man, that's totally embellished. He made that part up to sound cooler to Junpei to Clover.
After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one
He's a
was
natural
down.
storyteller.
Already nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door,
Uh-huh.
but the one on the right was familiar.
I feel like we could skip the door details. That goes into the
Right
thing.
on it read, incinerator. Incinerator?
Ace should have been incinerated.
That's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an
Red
incinerator?
tie. I think Clover is red,
Hongo might still be there.
so it's probably Clover.
Been shut off though.
Wait, what? If he's still in...
Yeah, that's not good.
They don't want him to be
Men,
cooked.
we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door. Hurry. The kid started running, and I was close. The other
Although
side
I
of the
doubt he's gonna get cooked, seeing as how he's alive in the main game.
Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up, feet pounded the steps. Our arms pumping fast. We went around.
That's a workout.
The devil was in our tail. The stairway kept going.
Going up 3 flights of stairs, arms full of groceries. Please, I don't want to make a second trip.
Connie's not catching up to us.
Akane?
Akane.
Kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane.
What the?
I didn't remember seeing that name in the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth.
Santa's kid sister?
Maybe we outran her.
Akane is Santa's sister?
Stop too.
Is it a different Akane?
When did we do that?
That's what Junpei was thinking earlier, different Akane, but that would be like a stretch, I think, at this point.
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go.
He turned to go. Hey kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
Yeah, it would be kind of bad if you died and stuff.
Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket. I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? Got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs.
Keep going.
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the
So only
stairs,
one person left,
and all the way
effectively?
to the door, calling for her.
God damn it. Where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
So Akane knew Junpei. They got kidnapped, taken to Nonary Game, nearly got incinerated, somehow like died and left anyway.
Leapt into the hallway by the we rushed in after him. I couldn't for the
And
life of me
the
seeing.
came back and met Junpei.
Bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm. He was
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to. Let me go, please.
And then she said, Junpei, I haven't seen you for
planted her
27
squarely
years,
on the
but
floor and was struggling to get
we're
away.
best friends still.
But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
So Santa and Akane would be the
Roared with anger.
two
and
kids
charged
with
toward
no
Hongo.
parents or whatever.
Help me.
Two orphans. That's probably a mahjong hand.
Too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane.
Idiot.
Threw her, still fighting him, in the incinerator.
It's a little childish, don't you think?
Before we could even blink,
He's kind of
Hongo
bragging
leapt
about
the
it.
door after her. We saw him land inside. And then
Stupid head. I'm gonna kill this kid, moron.
we did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
Force is never the answer.
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to
Does
shattering
Ace
his
cook
knuckles.
himself to cook the kid?
Akane! Akane! Are you...
Her voice was muffled. all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
Then why would he take Akane at gunpoint? What? I'm confused. Maybe it's a fake Akane?
Hongo! What?
Maybe Santa and Akane are in on it together?
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18.
Again? They get a whole countdown?
Incinerator immediate. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same.
There's no way through.
Yeah, we're here.
Kids are getting
Just hang
fried.
on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Man. Sick joke, man. I'm
Incineration
laughing.
will begin in 17 minutes.
We're trying. It's kind of sad to listen to. Difficult to listen to.
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise.
Let's count down one at a time as we listen to
I promise.
Akane get more and more desperate about not wanting to die.
Torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there.
I think that's fair.
Fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Minute 16. Oh, we're back. Present day, present time.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then
Yeah. Shit.
She died.
If I'd known it was gonna be like this.
Maybe it was a fake incineration then? Oh, because they're just trying to be put in danger so they can, like, communicate or whatever.
I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl Akane really?
Yeah, I'm sure. There
She's
wasn't anything I
dead.
could
It's a
do.
different Akane. She had a twin that happened to be Junpei's best friend that was dropped off at a different orphanage. And they grew up on other sides of the world from each other.
Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
His sister
A
did
few
just
minutes
die?
passed. The door opened.
Oh, don't make them look at it.
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot.
That
Air
does make
that
sense.
made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering and
Sweated a
in the
little
middle
bit.
of the room. There it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty.
Yeah.
He reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then,
Oh, two twin Akanes, one in Nevada, one in the ship. That's my theory. It's also fair.
Can I ask you one more thing?
what's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
I might have known
Kurashiki.
them.
Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
That is the one. Who's this one then? They made up a
There,
fake
that
Akane?
weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was
Oh.
you, wasn't it?
Wait,
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
I'm
Don't
confused.
misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover.
Snake is not Zero, nor
about you?
working for Zero.
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero?
Snake is just wearing evil
I told
clothes.
you before, you idiot.
He was just taken at some point, had his clothes replaced, put in sacrificial robes, and then slapped in a coffin.
Rescued the kids on the boat.
Naturally.
I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
So he is just brothers with Akane?
You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but
Aoi.
I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely
That's
different.
fair. I figured that would come
I'm
into
ashamed
play.
to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make
My
that connection.
exceptional hearing couldn't
As
tell
such,
what he would sound
I
like
had
in
no reason
9
to think
years
Santa
whenever
was
he was an
alright.
adult rather than a
How did
child.
you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
So everyone was there.
Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot.
So Junpei was there, right?
There's one thing
Who
I
was
think we
Junpei?
can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
True.
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
No need to insult his
Easy,
profession
man.
like
I
that.
just got my memory back, alright? Got me some slack.
Well, if
True.
he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
Yeah, he was convinced to do it.
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project.
Also true.
Kubota.
Wait, how is there like
conducted
another
actual
Nonary Games
experiments.
after this?
Nijisaki.
Is it with 9
Hongo's
people
assistant.
again?
Musashido, the man who financed the project.
Because they're just kind of killing all the people that did it before.
Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
But then who's
No,
the
I don't
the
think
one?
Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm
Ace.
pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Are they gonna
Next
save
target
Ace?
Will be Gentaro Hongo.
I don't really feel the need to
Listen
save
who
Ace.
planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
Incinerator?
6 a.m. Our time is up.
Oh no, that's right. The boat is just gonna sink.
Come on, we need to get out
I
of
forgot about that.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
No way, the keycard's gonna open the door like it does the entire rest of the game? Okay. Where's the exit at? I don't remember. Oh, I found it. Imagine if it didn't and you had to do like a whole nother puzzle. We don't have time. We do have time. We'll make it. Can't wait for a 1,000 thing of Sudoku. Why would they go from Sudoku back into a Sudoku puzzle?
Huh.
It's incredibly
I
cruel.
think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right.
Wait, we're
Let's
back in the library. Where do you go?
Uranus card too.
Oh, because
Hey,
we have the
Junpei.
key now,
Yeah,
so we
I
can
know.
just go wherever we want.
All right.
I forgot.
Okay, Neptune.
Neptune.
Let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
I don't know why it wouldn't. The incinerator?
So this is the incinerator.
How did we get into the incinerator before? I
First
don't
time
even
I've seen it
remember.
From this side.
Oh, I guess the other 9
Then
door?
there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
But isn't it also going to start the cooking process? Am I going to have to do Sudoku so I don't get cooked?
Let's go.
Be a crazy punishment.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy. You came to get me.
Oh, maybe she's fake. That's why she's always about to
I made
die.
a promise.
I'm so glad.
She's not real at all and she's going to fade away.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
A lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Don't have it. I got
Ace has it?
sucker punched and
Ace is kind of like huge. I don't know why you thought
Who took it?
you would be able to do that.
isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Oh, not again. Lotus really has the worst luck.
Just what the hell do
No
you
matter
think
what
you're doing?
ending, she's either getting stabbed, kidnapped,
Maybe you oughta
grabbed.
Say Gentaro Hongo. You have me at a disadvantage.
True.
and I don't like that.
Lion is evil, yes.
You know me,
He's very evil.
but I don't know you.
He's the CEO of the pharmaceuticals company that made the Nonary project because they wanted the molecules to tingle.
Can you
The pain of prosopagnosia.
It says on the screen. You forgot his name? It says right here.
irritating
He goes by
insect.
Ace.
And how do you know that?
It was his nickname.
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer it, this is a waste of time anyway.
Why don't we all just go?
First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
9.
The ninth man.
I knew
Bonus
Lion was
bracelet.
wrong somehow.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite
No.
a time playing.
You messed up pretty
I
bad,
must
Santa.
thank
The
Zero
worst
myself.
plan I've ever seen.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who's Zero. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape.
Could have all just worked
and the
together.
rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Please? I don't want to
suggest
have
you
another
enjoy your
unpleasant
final
ending.
goodbye. Wait!
I just want to live. Is that so wrong?
What? Why isn't it opening? One more time.
Yeah, just try again and I'm sure it'll work.
Now open!
He is dragging her around like a rag doll.
No! What is this? Why? The digital root
We're
should
all
be
getting
9.
cooked.
It has to be 9.
But that bracelet is
Why?
not
Why
it.
isn't it opening? Now!
Didn't have to shout now. He might have gotten around with the gun and stuff.
Oh, that was close. Too close.
Is it 7 out of the gun now? I'm kind of trusting 7.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
Did Ace
Once
just
he's locked
like...
up in
I
a
bet
cell,
Ace was feeling real
we're
happy whenever he
jacked.
realized 7 didn't have memories.
9 years ago?
Oh, I guess he
Yeah.
just didn't notice.
Finally figured it out, dumbass.
That's fair. I mean, there's a lot to focus on.
You killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait.
Oh, right.
Oh,
know
true.
that.
He thought that
Alright.
was Snake because
We'll
he
just
has
go through 'em in order then.
parapolignosia.
Let's start off
Or whatever.
with Kubota. You talked to Kubota. You killed him.
We know this
The
part.
way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1.
We don't know the motives.
In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever
You
had
can
the
go
9 bracelet
anywhere.
could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2.
Could have
You wanted the number
worked
9
together
bracelet
and
for
voted
yourself,
democratically like you did at
so
some
that
point.
you could make
Other
use
than
of its power.
Junpei cheated.
In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3.
Nijisaki. That's where the
Even if his
VTubers
number
work.
hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You
Oh,
wanted to know
yeah,
how
true.
serious
We
this
learned that one
Nonary
earlier.
game
He
was.
wanted to know if he would
Was it
actually get
truly
blowed
life
up
or
if he had
death or
swallowed a
simply
bomb.
harmless prank. You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was
Right.
Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia,
Prosopagnosia?
you didn't realize he was Nijisaki.
I knew it.
Chiefly because when you met him,
It's almost like I've read some of this before.
that was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki.
Why didn't he say anything?
How
Oh,
did-
because he was all
We'll
drugged
get to
up.
that.
I forgot.
Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid.
Did he forget about
His
Santa?
presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true,
I think that's fair.
why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me.
I mean, technically
Whatever the
true,
reason,
but like not on
anyone who
purpose.
knows my past
You got some good reasoning skills, Ace.
Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The
Murder would not
weapon
have been
was
the answer,
Kubota's
though.
Bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door
Because he
opened,
already had the 9.
kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Blowed up.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead.
Man.
Although, to be
Thanks for
honest,
murdering the
even
wrong
if
guy
you
in
hadn't
accident.
tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
That's also fair.
Well, I wouldn't.
I'm glad to know that you accept things and you recognize your problem, Snake. Or not Snake, Ace. Maybe we can take steps forward from here and grow maturely and forgive each other.
The chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
15 minutes until incineration.
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out.
He's cheating.
All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the... With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was conveniently placed next to him.
But,
with an
like,
axe
he...
that practically begged you to kill him with it.
Oh. So he murdered him and then just came back and relocked the
You
door.
picked up that axe and
I see.
buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
So there was just like more than 9
Then you
people.
returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
The 9 was just a coincidence, I guess.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about.
It kind of doesn't fit with the theming of the game, though.
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
Nice reveal,
But that
Junpei.
wasn't
Nobody
really
can blame
what
you
were
now.
After. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. You must have been
Oh,
desperate.
it stopped voice acting. 9 people, 9 were left alive on purpose. Well, that's the thing, though. This happened well into it. Ace wasn't the mastermind. Santa was the mastermind, I think. Ace just happened to go down the right
But what made
path.
you willing to risk it all to do
Maybe Santa's molecules communicated.
Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
Let me tell
What's
you.
with the paper?
Just read it.
Because this was all to get back at Ace for being evil 9 years ago. And so because he was evil 9 years ago, somebody else is being evil right now.
Number 1, there are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and
Across-
distributed across the world.
oh.
Simply look into the camera.
So why would he murder the captain
Once
still?
you've confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours.
Oh,
Do
he
as
was
you
saying,
please.
no, I will not confess. I will instead murder the guy.
When I awoke in that room on D-Day, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to hit. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I
Fair.
could.
But you
Then
messed
my
that
alibi
up
would
because
be
none of
set.
you ever look for anything
At
actually.
least,
Junpei has to do literally all the work.
unfortunately for me, you got to it first.
I feel like you could have gotten it. I'm pretty sure it was like pretty much literally just laying out.
That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken.
That would make
from
sense.
sedation. I
Well,
suppose
maybe
Nijisaki
Zero put an
was
alarm
much
next to
the
him
same
and
state.
it goes off whatever
He
they're
seemed
nearby.
confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know.
I could
who
not
he
let the
was.
news of my company get out.
I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Is this all hair? Like all the way down? I guess so. The crazy sideburns?
You figured it out.
I thought it was Shadow for a while.
You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet. In many ways. Everywhere I
No
went,
way.
everything was already prepared.
True.
The Reds in the large
Perfectly
hospital
straight
room were
sideburns?
dismantled.
Oh, they are.
Nijisaki was
He
dressed
keeps
like
it
Snake.
He keeps it groomed.
There was an axe in the captain's quarters.
I didn't even notice that they went down that far.
So he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap.
Oh, what?
Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line,
Like a
and
fish.
I did everything he wanted me to do.
At the end of a line.
Yeah.
The Zero put the bait in my mouth and yanked up on the end of the rod, and then it hooked into the top of my mouth, and then he kept dragging me around.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh?
Oh, you got him.
What the hell are you talking about?
The reveal.
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it.
He was also breathing in relief whenever he realized Seven didn't have memories.
But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
True.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki.
And now I need to murder
I
you
was one
all.
of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out.
Where's my gun?
So did Snake over there. But there's one thing. No, I guess there's two things you got wrong. Number one, I ain't Zero.
Oh. Oh, it's Akane then.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was
Right?
helping Zero out.
It's gotta be
I'm
Akane.
really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero...
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things?
True.
I made one more mistake.
No more,
Junpei, you just said
interrupting?
all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's
Nuh-uh.
not it. Revenge isn't the only
I want,
purpose.
molecule
There's another reason
telepathy.
You guys were playing the Nonary game.
The same exact... Oh.
Save
Never
someone.
mind. Akane.
Right. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room.
But the other one.
I saw. What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh. Oh, my
They've all
head.
been... Oh!
My head.
Oh, that's why the head hurts sometimes. They're actually just like yanking Akane molecules into this world from another world or something.
What the hell is going on?
They're lock socks in it.
I don't know.
That's why when you went to increasingly wrong paths, she often got fevers.
Feels like it's about to explode.
Man. I was so wrong that I was actively killing Akane.
I'm sure you know
I did
already,
not
but I'll tell you
realize.
One more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon.
I've like single-handedly murdered Akane more times than Ace did.
For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence
The
of
gimmick
physical
of this is starting to be way cooler than I thought it would be.
Morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible
I thought this was
fields
going to be
to
fairly
exchange
straight, not like
information?
straightforward, obviously,
That was
because
what this
every
experiment
kind
was
of game like this is going to have some kind of convolution. But I did not expect this kind of convolution where it's like, okay, actually we're reaching into different world multiverses where we're grabbing in different locations of molecules to replace people's entire being, and the cells are different or something.
Identical ones in the gigantic. They were told to send their
Oh,
answers
and the
into
gigantic is like the Titanic.
transmit them
It's
to their
the
brothers and sisters
Theseus.
on the gigantic.
I get it now.
The transmitters
I
were put in
understand.
building Q, and the receivers were put on the gigantic.
I don't even know where the potential for another puzzle is. It's all getting revealed right now.
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in building Q. However, for
They
some
made
reason,
a
she was
mistake.
placed on the gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case,
Different Akane?
ended
Are they
up on the
replacing
gigantic.
Akane with Akane?
I think I've told you enough. You get it. I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
Because
How
of
did
the
you know
linking.
Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed?
I've been through it
Were
before.
you surprised when you found out
This
Ace
makes
was
the ending
Hongo?
more legitimate for me because
What
I
about the
heard
coffin
more of this
Snake
in
was trapped in?
the various wrong endings.
How the hell did you open it?
Well, That's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in two like an upside down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction, it can never flow backwards. The wrong endings are connected too? Yeah, I kind of figured, because I'm pretty sure like a lot of the information that I heard, at least like a good chunk of it, came from the knife ending too. Information is the same way, it moves from the past to the future but never flows backward. That's why people at the river source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river, but I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet, but I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0, not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Oh, there's the sequel. I don't know what I got from the Clover killing literally everyone ending, though. I don't remember what info came from that. Akane, where did you go? Why is Clover? Oh shit. Freeze. Oh, he's gonna murder? I guess that was like the whole point. Not the whole point, he was here for saving.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. I would be a little tired too. I understand how he feels. I went through 8 hours of this yesterday. That's like just about as much time as they've been on the boat total. He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any number doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
I'm Santa Claus.
So true.
It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
A Christmas miracle, it's real. Santa's sleigh will be able to fly now. The gate's shut, looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me, at least Seven's headache is gone, he seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. See if this door still opens. Probably not, seeing this ever
looks like
worked
this door
before.
isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
I would say so.
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Kill you?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Cook us?
No. No, you can't be serious.
Wait, everyone else has been connected? Oh, Lotus probably like worked on, I don't know, computer stuff for the Nonary game. She's like the only one that hasn't had like a clear connection. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8.
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Thank you. Please, you do the math. Don't make me do it. We'll be in a very bad spot. Ever again? Well, she looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. She has a connection, but I don't know if it's been mentioned yet. Oh, so we might be getting more connections soon.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
At least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she's writing. Let's see. Oh, 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7.
And there's no other way?
Looks like she'd figured it out, though. It's just too cruel.
Go.
Oh, now like the only one that I don't know the connection to is the one getting cooked.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
No.
God damn it, you idiot!
Where did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of...
True.
Uh-huh.
You need to be out there committing crimes,
Look, I'm
Lotus.
just not leaving you behind,
For
alright?
7.
End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
And we're all gonna
Me too.
cook together.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You kind of weren't like part of the game for half the game, Snake.
idiots.
You don't have the bond here. I think you need to quiet down. You're not part of the group here.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened.
True.
I was able to guess what he was attempting to do. Oh, yeah.
Forced through the door?
What is this? Why?
But so mean, but right. He was just hiding in a coffin for half the game. I mean, it's not his fault, I guess, but I don't know him.
Just to see.
Me, Lotus, and the rest of the gang, we've been hanging out for like a full 9 hours now, almost dead. I've known this guy for like maybe 2. Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago.
Somebody changed the route. Just put all your bracelets on there. Can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high, there's no way in hell we could get to the hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. You can try different combinations. Don't give up yet. It's just the route being different. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. Oh, Akane vision. I didn't notice that it said that earlier. Yeah, she's 0 for sure. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It's kind of weird. Started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. Gigantic. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonance even melted into him, and we became one. Inside of Junpei. Oh, did she like never know Junpei actually? It just like inserted herself into his life somehow? Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future, but I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. I've never tried watching 2 movies like that, so I don't actually understand that one. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Was Junpei on? I'm so confused with Junpei. That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They were all looked like they were about my age.
Hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello, everyone?
No way. Light? He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send.
They knew how all of this worked back then.
Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Happy birthday. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Well, that's
I'm
just
sure I've
sad.
already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her.
That's sweet.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship.
Maybe Snake is a good guy.
If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
Why does he hate them then?
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the four-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
So 9 wasn't a coincidence of 9 four clovers?
Words.
No, it was not.
So if you
The
believe what I told
Nona
you,
means
and you
9.
understand
Everything's been built
why
around
we
9.
each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
I understand. When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with a number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do?
0 escape? There aren't, true, you're reading, not me. We began to panic, then as if things had not gotten bad enough already. They shut, no way. I feel like I'm actually doing an audiobook stream at this point, because of all the words that I'm having to read instead of the clicking on stuff and talking about things. I'm kind of just waiting for the next line in my script to show up as if I'm like acting. Standing in an English classroom with a Shakespeare play in front of me.
That didn't sound good.
That didn't sound good. My next line is coming up. My brother Owie swallowed hard and answered.
It means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the
Burn.
door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
Good one.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him
Don't
7.
worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good. I'm a detective.
We've seen
I'm
this.
here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of the door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Owie, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to, but I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. It hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. What a weird decision. This is all your fault, Junpei. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It's gonna be something lame. It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom... mild inconvenience. Ace is probably out from cooking. The door to the incinerator opened. A man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gintaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Oh, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
We must
Creepy.
continue the experiment.
You're a puppet. I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, red fish, blue fish. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me!
I shook my body and flailing my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit.
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly, the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Owie burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake. He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out, but then
You're too late.
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clench. But those fists never reached Hongo. Inconvenient. That's bad, in my opinion. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, door closed. 2 other doors slid shut as well. Inconvenient. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. Turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door, a worried, frightened voice. My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
True. Then it started again.
Warning. Warning.
Incineration time. We're getting cooked.
Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Like chicken.
Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Okay. Oh, Junpei vision. Okay, we're back to Junpei. I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
It's starting.
So we're
Santa
kind of just
started the
swapping between
incinerator.
Akane and Junpei at this point.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn
But
voice
like
again after 9
young
years.
Akane.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's
That's
9
fair.
years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9
So
years
Lotus is
something,
just some
talking
some
about
person.
Some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I understand.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
Yeah, please don't go through it again.
I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration
We don't want to get cooked, Lotus.
17 minutes.
Please comply.
you know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What
True.
kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Also fair, but like you were trying to argue and get the
Damn
story
it.
told.
Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me.
I would feel pretty bad if I was Lotus. She's been part of the gang the whole time.
Why me?
And she's completely left out of all the knowledge.
Shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
True. Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. The floor, it's moving. Final puzzle. We got a keyboard and a monitor.
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Oh, so by Junpei doing the puzzle, he's saving Akane because Akane's linked into Junpei. Like, their minds are connected. So she's gonna get deleted if Junpei doesn't win. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. You write a lot more normally than Akane, Junpei. I think I would rather read your story. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Gah. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15
Yeah,
minutes.
it makes it kind of hard to focus. Back to this thing, if it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
We're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people
It's turned
around.
on. There's nothing on the screen though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
It's the puzzle. I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll actually work. Okay, here's our puzzle game, except it's a number game with letters. Oh no.
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
They made it algebra.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope,
I always
right?
assume so. How do you work? That voice again?
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
You're taking your time? 13 minutes, can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do.
You're freaky. He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
Oh, really? But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Thanks for telling me, as if that part wasn't obvious. But it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggled to hold back his hot tears.
A terrible person.
I agree.
I hate you.
I think you're right, Akane.
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice.
True.
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
Very kind of
A
you.
way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again.
That's fair.
I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you.
I don't think you've really shown that up until this point.
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver...
Zero
valid
has been
results,
way more
there
honest
must
than
be
you
a
throughout the
chance of
process.
success.
Santa has been a better game master, if we're being honest.
Function of the red?
Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. Ran to the door with a 9 on it. Grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. Nothing.
You really aren't one for listening.
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the
This should be easy.
verification function of the
Just let
red.
me get to the
Otherwise,
puzzle.
If you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number.
Why? Why are you doing this?
You could never understand.
You
know
don't
what it's like to
get
spend
me.
every day surrounded by monkeys.
Okay, buddy. We're not all zeros.
Start the experiment.
I'm the only 9.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you?
Figure it
I'll
out.
check the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive.
Monkeys because of the Baccarat thing?
I
Yeah.
imagine it'll be
It's all
better.
connected. Every single little joke is from the morphogenetic field. None of Ace's material is his own. He stole that one from 7-9 years in the future.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
Or was it Santa? I can't, or Snake? I can't remember who said it actually. I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor. I queue up.
I just can't. There's no way.
The jumping into the actual voice acting throws me off. What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as it would pound itself to pieces. Puzzle time? Am I doing it from Akane vision or Junpei vision? I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me, at least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed, so they did actually know each other before she was abducted.
Jumpy!
Help me.
Help me! Help me! Jumpy! Jumpy! Jumpy!
Jumpy! Metal Gear Solid Death.
Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Okay, we are doing a Junpei vision.
Kane!
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Who is Akane? Oh, she's been fake the whole time. I think Clover and Snake have an idea though. Clover's looking at me and I think Snake may have figured it out. Doesn't matter, they're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
So he needs to talk to like 9-year-old Akane. Something break her connection, I swear I just heard her.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around, I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around, he wasn't in the room of course, but I heard it so clearly like he was right there. I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
The TV station switching for each one. It's kind of funny when back to back.
Akane! Akane!
I'm getting bored of this channel, let's go to Akane.
How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. I'm bored again. We'll go back. I understand what Santa meant. This is like people trying to find the video to eat their food with.
My sister.
Except like TV stationified whenever channel surfing was real.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all this means. I know why the Nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is 0 is Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. She's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing left for me to do, even if this is all some sort of insane plan. I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die.
He's gotta seem so crazy to everybody else.
Alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Because I guess they all like don't realize even that she's been like part of the votes. My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Time to get to work. Junpei? Snake talking to them or something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you?
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later. Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over the grid. I think the panels are out of order, so I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Okay, looking at it, this does look like it's going to be the hardest puzzle in the game. So I might be here a while, hopefully not too long. Okay, hint, I assume is... When I press hint, numbers appeared in the empty slots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stay blank whenever I press hint? Glad you did a part 2 final. Yeah, me too. I would not have been able to do this at all. Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. Looks like I can turn them on and off. And is there some special meaning to there being 2 modes? What could it mean? Here's a 1. Oh no. Okay. Maybe it's the root? I was so unsure if you could finish in one stream like that. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to. I would have gotten to this part and I would have been so far in that I think I would have tried to have continued, but I actually would have hit the YouTube 11-hour VOD limit, and that VOD would just be gone forever. Hold on, I need to sneeze. I don't know if I got to the mute button in time, so that's kind of awkward. I think you heard the build up to the sneeze. It was a huge sneeze. So I assume that there's some kind of digital rootage going on here. So yeah, 8 plus 1 is 9. But then what makes this 9? And what makes this 2? I imagine it's like the ones that are in between, so W and 3. I imagine we probably need to get all of these to 9 would be my guess. So I'm gonna pull up the Microsoft Paint again, just so I can like write stuff down. This is gonna be like a big part of this. Let me add a thing to the screen so I can capture this. Where's window capture? Okay, paint. And we will put this over here, I think. And zoom in. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me grab the lines. Where are the lines at? I don't remember how to do. Oh, you're there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so W is what's W? I don't remember. W 3 plus, okay, W is gonna be, A is 10. So I just need to start writing this stuff down, I think. Let's start with lower. So A on the side is going to be 10. So what? This is the last puzzle, but also the hardest one. That makes sense. It's good that they saved the most difficult for last, because it would have been kind of awkward if it was super easy. We'll do brush. A is 10. S, I need to know what S is. So we have 2 S's. Whatever W is plus 3 equals 29. Actually, let me go ahead and just start typing. So I can like number all these. So we're gonna hit every single JK, LMNOP, QRS, TUV, WX, Y, and Z. Okay. Let's make that bigger. And so from here, now I can just go 1, 2. Oh, you know what? I can type that out too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. That's not gonna line up though. 9, 10. Yeah, this isn't a good idea. Well, that goes up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. J should be 10. Yeah, I'll just have to draw them. This is going to be the most boring thing anybody's ever seen because it's asking too much of my mental faculties that I don't have. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. I forgot. It starts at 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to rotate sides. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Now it's not pretty, but it doesn't have to be. I do know how to count though. So where we are right now, 3. We have 3 and 20 or 32, 35. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Wait. What? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, UV. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. I don't understand. Okay, hold on. I thought I was on the right track. I must be on the right track. Oh, no, it's connected to the 1 as well, maybe? So 3 plus 32 is 35 plus 6 is 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9. So this one is... Okay, yeah, I believe it's all the numbers that surround, all the numbers that touch it. So P is 25, so 25 plus 5 is 30, plus S is 28, 30, 58. 5 plus 8 is 3. Wait, yeah, that's 13. 1 plus 4, or 1 plus 3 is 4. So it's all the ones that touch. So I have to figure out how to get... Let's leave all numbers, all base numbers as is. We don't need to change... All of these are wrong. So I know that the S needs to change. So from here, I'll just start flipping stuff around until that's 9 on all sides. If I can get it to be 9 on all sides in this combination. Although I think the priority, that should be 9. Now none of these are 9, so I should switch out the P, because the P isn't touching any 9s. That didn't change anything? Okay, 99999. So now it should be changing out the R. If I can get there. Is that it? When I flip the hint off, does that mean they're supposed to match? Maybe I need to make all the numbers and the squares the same? Switch out a yellow square, true? I thought I had it. When I switch out a 3 with a 5, it increases by 2. I understand. So it's not... It has nothing to do with the 9s. Yeah, true. Digital roots, I already know. Okay, what number am I trying to get it to then? Maybe 1? Maybe... Oh, no. I understand. Was June Was she 5 or 6 in the previous game? It's either gonna be 5 or 6. I'm gonna start with 6. So I need to switch out S over here. 6, okay. 7. Because I need this to be 6. Okay. And now I'm gonna switch out the W. Thankfully it kind of saves your place. That didn't do anything. So the W is not the right one to switch out. The 6 is mostly surrounded by 6s. I'll switch out the R. If I can get it to... No, I can't get it to 6. 3? We'll try 3. Okay. Those are all 6s now. Out of town yesterday, so you couldn't watch yesterday's stream. That's fair. Yesterday's stream was 8 hours. Yeah. I kind of got sucked into the idea that I was going to beat it. I did not beat it. I beat the game 4 times. And none of them were the true ending. And then I was finally on path for the true ending. And Jury alerted me that there was still many hours left, potentially. So I gave up. Oh, this sucks. This is gonna suck. Okay. So 6, I need 7's wrong. I switched it with a different 7. That's all surrounded by stuff though. So 3 would do that. Maybe, no, I don't think so. I don't know if I think it's supposed to be 6s is probably it, because that's June's number, but I can't remember if she was 5 in the past. I already know. Switching out hints that you're true. 1 square doesn't get a hint number. The 9th spot at the bottom. Only this one stays blank. Maybe a fixed number goes inside, so the 9th square has a different rule. What? The 9th square? The 9th square at the bottom. What do you mean? Don't remember this puzzle? This is the puzzle for the true end, right? You have to switch out the things for the thing, and you're like linked up to Akane's mind. So you have to like save Akane by tingling your molecules together 9 years into the past, because she's like reaching out into the past or something. I think. 9th square at the bottom. You're here? Yes. You did this before. This is the final puzzle. The last one. The end. It is hard. This my brain isn't made for number games, so I'm kind of struggling a little bit. 5 true. This is all 6s now. I thought I needed to get all these to match up. What makes 6 at the bottom? I'm gonna roll with 6s for now. I thought it was gonna have to be 9s the whole way through, but that doesn't seem likely. That's 7. It's 3. Obviously that's 3. That's the same as... And yeah. Okay, 6. But now that's 6. So to like change that, you'd have to 5 people malding in the Discord call, they scream but no one can hear. So true. This was a collective mauled experience when Danny played, and here it is. I think this used to be even harder on the DS version. How would it be harder? What could they have done to make it harder? There's no, like, help or anything. I'm gonna just roll through. Try to get it all to 6s is the goal right now. There is no way to get that to 6. Okay. We're gonna try to get these other ones to 6. Okay, those are 6 now. Nine and 6. Which means that that one's wrong. I don't even know if I'm doing the right mindset here. Because we have to get the numbers to match, right? What number? We're gonna try to get as many to 6 as possible, I think. Like, I don't know how to solve this intelligently. The only idea that I have right now is to brute force, because I don't know the rules. Reset, I guess. Okay, it said something about there not being a hint for the bottom 9. But that's a 1. 1 plus 32 is 33 plus 6. Uh, 32, 35, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so those are 9. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 6 is 15, 18, 9. So that is, like, correct. It is set in stone. You would figure that, like, I've already gotten all of these to equal 9, so I know that it's not that. But it said something about, like, they're a thing. I'm changing it so much, it's getting messy. Set everything back. When everything's in its original spot, something lines up in the bottom squares. Looks kind of like it should be a word. What? In the bottom squares, it looks like it should be a word. Dead? I don't know. Nonary? Let me guess by numbers, I guess? The bottom squares. I assume he means the bottom row. But if I go by, like, 2, it would be, like, RC. That's not it. I would assume that, like, the last word puzzle was about dead. So that's why my mind went straight to dead. But that's obviously not it here. The other guess would be Nona, just because of 9. But that's not it either. Ice? All ice? Akane, maybe? Maybe it's about getting the numbers in? Like, having them all add up? I don't know. I'm really not sure. It's not like it can reset. I don't think I'm gonna use this over here. Basically, like, the main reason I have this Microsoft Paint thing up at this point is just for the quick root hexadecimal thing. I don't even know where to start right now. S R A. I'm getting too confused. Clean search to clear my head. I don't think it will make it easier. I need to find the password 1484321 or whatever. I get that we need to find the password. You're not helping. Maybe it goes up, down, up. I don't know, because this is locked in place. But there's a word along the bottom. I don't know what it... Row? That's a word. A real one. Pow. Paw. Raw. Rad. Sad. Pad. Pow. Sop. So rad. Getting too confused, true. Figure out the answer easier that way. I need to find the password. Okay, thank you. It's just gonna be telling me, make sure you find the password over and over again. But like, I don't know what I'm looking for. Well, the password, obviously. Dro. Okay, so let me just pull out all the letters. I'm gonna play this like Scrabble for a minute because that's kind of the way that it makes it sound like it wants me to do. Pass? I don't think so. Oh, this makes a word down here because there's a thing here. What word can I make? So maybe you get all the thing. I've been on this puzzle for 20 minutes already. Thank you for alerting me. Maybe you need to get all of these to 9 up here. And also make a word down here. Which would mean that you have to switch stuff out in a particular order. I understand that I need to reset. So if you're trying to make a word, I guess we have to figure out what the word is. So we have a P, we have an A, we have an S, we have an O, we have a D, we have an R, we have another A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do I not have? We have a W. So you figured it out? I haven't yet. Good luck. That wasn't already. Oh no, it's over for me. You've already got it, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out the basics still. I think am I on the right track at least? The pass odor. Odor. I don't think so. Oh, okay. Never mind. Man. I should reset. Okay, it's already reset. I'm just turning it off to get a look at it. I'm not sure what you're doing. Well, I think so. A word has to be made at the bottom, right? So I was writing down all the letters to figure out what way I would have to like Scrabble organize them. so that I could get them out one at a time, and then I assume from there it's going to be making like all the numbers 9 as well. So make all the numbers 9 with just numbers and have a word down here is my guess. But maybe the numbers will come naturally if I get all the things out in the correct order. Maybe A, O, and D are just in the correct spots, so I don't need to switch those out, I'm hoping. But I don't know what the word is supposed to be. Raw, Raps, Ross, Ross, Pow, no, Ross. You don't know the word? I don't know the word. Is it an obvious one? It's probably really obvious, huh? But honestly, I can't think of it. Oh, password. I'm so dumb. Hold on. Oh, no. My bad. It literally spelled it out. It spelled it out earlier. I'm stupid. There's no way. They made the password password. It tells you. What? Jesus Christ. You have to understand. Oh, maybe this is gonna be like the root of password? Would be my guess. No, I doubt it. Streamer brain rot? You know, I played the game for 8 hours yesterday and then I came back. Why would it just be password? I mean, that's not very strong. He's trying to melt the people. It was flashing on screen whenever you got the answer. Are you serious? You're lying. Please look at me. Please look. Please spell password. Okay. Well, we can go for my first attempt here being the guesses. 25 plus 10 is going to be 35, and then 45 plus 28 is going to be 65, 70, 73. Plus O is going to be 97. Plus 13 is going to be 110. Plus R, that's a Guilty Gear game. Plus R is going to be 137. Plus W is going to be 139, 169. 1 plus 6 plus 9, that is 10, 16. The password is 7. No. 9? Oh. There's no way.
Yes, that's it. Akane.
It's just the number 9. There was no... I was overthinking it.
You solved it for me, but I copied everything you did.
Thank you for the credit. You really didn't have to give it to me. I struggled on the... You would have been fried if it didn't give the thing.
Okay, I will.
Mathematical genius? True. I hit the enter key. Am I done? I don't know what to say. You can say congratulations. A great job. You sure did get it. Struggled when you did the puzzle as well. I can understand where the molding came from. You've already experienced a mistake like this before, Jury. Surely you understand. It's different playing the game versus watching. Right, everything up until this point is so complex and over the top that you don't expect it to just be pull out the word password at the bottom for the final puzzle. It actually is like deceptively simple to the point where you shut down and then like start crying before you solve the puzzle. Streamers have it so hard. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I'd had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. The original DS was a Sudoku puzzle, I think. Honestly, I think I maybe would have had an easier time on Sudoku than that, somehow. Every time, it would not have taken me as long. I've already done a Sudoku in this game. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. I had a Sudoku earlier, and I did fine. I can't quite believe I did that. I mean, there was like a pretty solid thought process behind each of my actions, I think. So at least, like, I can prove that I have sentience. Sentient thought. I don't have time to be thinking about that. I need to tell Akane.
Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Hang up? Is that how that works?
Of course, that's fine.
I thought they were just, like, always linked up. I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind. Let me get rid of the Microsoft Paint on the side of the screen. Remove. Yes.
Now.
Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Are you...
Okay.
Shut it.
I mean, he was just like standing there yelling at nothing. They have a reason to be pissed off, so what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. It's not gonna work.
Incineration will be 90 seconds.
Oh. We're getting fried.
It doesn't sound like
That's why there needs to be a second game. Somebody needs to save Junpei Gang 9 years in the future. And it goes on a loop forever. Maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again and again and again. That's not working either. The alarm's still going off. Make sure you try to kick it and maybe blow on it. I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then door 9. That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red.
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Don't have much time, and I sure hope they can just trust me on this one, or are we all fucked? It's not looking good. No time to explain, just go.
Verify your numbers on the red. Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of them.
We all need to verify.
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask
True,
questions?
just do it. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in
Give me the exact reasoning. I need another fun facts dump. Make sure you tell me exactly about the Titanic and maybe why it sank. The cracked formations that allowed it to split in 2.
Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Good one, Junpei. I've been thinking that you were pretty stupid for a good chunk of the game, but I think you're pretty smart, actually.
9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Move it. Move it, Junpei. And now we're all good. I think that's the end of the game, finally. And there goes the door. Don't calm down yet. You're not done. You've still got to find the dead. But now we're good, right? That was the last puzzle, I think. Panting one at a time.
Shit.
Nobody, some characters didn't get their chance. The guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap.
Akane?
But
Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. Is that it? Akane vision? Oh, okay, it does work. I was waiting for... I was feeling kind of tense, thinking, oh, it's just not gonna work for whatever reason. The door opened, standing in front of me, it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms. So they got out.
Akane!
But, like, Junpei had to get out in the future for her to get out now. I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried and cried. Steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. His beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around. Huge detective who we'd called 7 and 9 years and Snake the blind boy were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
True. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. But something goes wrong, I assume? Time for more running, but if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. 7 talking.
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door.
How'd
the
you
one with the 9.
yell at it?
Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red.
It wasn't...
2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7
It was 8.
plus 8 is 26. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Yeah, stupid.
Why?
Because
Moron?
you're the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different base? That's stupid.
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10.
True.
B is 11, C is 12, D is 13.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical
That's what I'm
digits
saying.
are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G
I
is
still don't get it.
17. I is 18.
K is 20.
I get the
L is
idea. We don't have to
21.
list them all.
23. O is 24. P is 25.
Yeah, and? What
Crazy
comes after that?
discussion while sprinting upstairs. Their faculties are all there. They've gotten used to it by now.
Q.
26.
And what does that mean?
I would be
Wasn't
out
a
of breath.
nine on the door.
The same. And they were for a little bit, but they got their panting done earlier, so now they can
A fucking lowercase
yell
Q.
out their cues while sprinting upstairs. They just have to pant after
I guess
this.
to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in
Base 27. Time for more running again. My thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air, and they're actively being replaced right now because you are a locked sock. Every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. Can't stop, don't have time. Can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run like a bullet down a rifled barrel, like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. He's giving himself like the folktale hype upset so he can make it through. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon, finally. Here it is, the release. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if you hadn't, like, discussed the whole thing while you were going up the stairs. Just wait. I can barely breathe. No time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Is there just gonna be like a helicopter out there for them?
Here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Oh, it's so bright. I can't imagine if I was still playing this at like 7 a.m. and I get flashbanged by the outside world in the fake video game. Felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Owie's. He gave it a small reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like it could melt. My heart was at peace, and not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the Gigantic, which means that the boat that we were on just then was not the Gigantic, because the Gigantic sank. There was a third one. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed across the ocean, and then it was gone. Thank goodness they left the boat. Well, you need to have safety boats for just in case. It's like standard. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I tried to make it to the mute button in time, but I didn't make it. Or was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Man. Finally, air. The sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like...
No.
You gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
Is it land? Oh, it's the Nevada base. That's insane.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
So they're just hanging out in the middle of the desert.
This whole time we were in building Q.
They were never in water. That means the water that was pouring in was like fake. Hello there, Sunboy. Am I glad to see you? I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. I just hear something fall. Oh, the bracelets. I guess I never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. See what's inside of you. Just a little electronic chip, like in an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. How are they going to get the bombs out of them? There was never a detonator to begin with.
Akane.
Oh, did they not have bombs in them? It was only the one guy?
Jumpy.
Big reservoir of water hidden for sure, true. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. You've been hearing her voice in your head like the whole time? Is it that unbelievable? Are you serious? Is that it? Is this credits now? It is! It's done! I beat it! Finally! Very good game. It's kind of insane to get here after playing for one whole entire day. I thought I was... Obviously, I knew that I wasn't going to beat it for the first... Like, the first run was like, oh, I'll just do it authentically and get whatever ending I get. But it was crazy of me to assume that I could just slide into the true ending on my own. And I really wish that I had just looked up a guide earlier. Because then, you know, maybe I could have done it all in one stream as opposed to 8 straight hours of getting stabbed to death and cut and chopped and witnessing the death of people. And then also I had to go and do the safe ending, or not the safe ending. Wait, was that the safe ending? Yeah, I had to go and do the safe ending to discover because I did the coffin ending, which was the fake true ending. And so I had to go back and redo that part of the game whenever I did the safe ending because I needed the info from the safe ending to get the true ending. The Uchikoshi special is needing to play every ending before getting the true ending. That's insane. Thankfully, I know I believe you only have to do the safe ending to get to the true ending. But then also you have to answer specific questions that I'm pretty sure require you going through specific doors and stuff along the way. So you have to do the safe ending and then go a different path from the safe ending as well. Because the safe ending was through like door 5 in the beginning, I think, and only through door 5. And I had gone through door 4, and I believe the true ending is through door 4.
This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
So they really were like childhood friends and stuff.
You don't look okay.
I kind of really want to play the next one. It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill looking down at the town as the sun slowly set. There's really not all that many developers on this game, for the credits being like a minute long. He was half serious and half joking. Thought about it for a minute first.
Well,
Oh, he got beat.
see. It looks
Next
like
one is
you
insane. It's a
used to
fan
turn
favorite.
and got
Is it more
bored,
liked than this one,
and then
really?
they just kept
I figured that
going.
999 would just be like the peak of the series,
Going.
because that's how like these usually go, I think. But if the next one's like a fan favorite, then I'm just playing it for sure, because I loved this game as much as I like laughed at it and stuff sometimes. But this was a lot of fun.
See?
I think it was done very
told you you're
well.
not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5
Going back to
players
escape
from-
rooms was
That's
peak.
crazy.
VLR, you were told, is the best one. That's exciting. So you haven't played it yet?
Just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
I'll be playing it for sure. The Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Played a bit of it and still going through it. Oh, that makes sense. That's fair. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat here. Still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun.
Why wouldn't you let her drive?
Awesome. Driving is so great when there's nothing around.
Oh, she's going insane.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right?
Flip the car.
Even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right?
Man,
Suck it up.
the replayability is kind of mental.
Why don't you drive?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I played it multiple times and I still haven't even gotten all the endings. I'm pretty sure I still have one more after this. And there's like another the ending that I don't have is through a path that I haven't even seen at all.
Oh, hell no.
Because there's like
There's
one
no way I'm
I
gonna
have
say
the left side and middle side of the flowchart like basically completely filled out, and there's just a right side of the flowchart that's completely untouched
Our
for me.
Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw
I got the Clover crazy ending, I got the knife ending, the
We gotta
coffin
hurry if we
ending,
wanna catch them.
safe ending, and now the true ending.
Sure thing.
Which, you know, I kind of went through a roundabout way, and because I thought that I could easily just slide into a different ending by changing an answer or whatever, I did the Clover ending twice yesterday, which might have wasted a lot of time. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
You mean VLR has insane replayability compared to this game? I don't even know what could possibly be different then. I'm assuming like even more endings and stuff? Or is the gameplay just better? Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
Couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
I coulda...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real
Wholesome?
good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too.
I don't even know what the gameplay looks like for VLR. I assume that it is just going to be like slightly higher quality at least. Was that one still on the DS? I know one of these has like 3D graphics of the characters, I believe. Puzzles are more challenging and there are a billion different ways to proceed and a billion endings. You're exaggerating, but it's crazy. That's super exciting. The big worry there that is for the work that I'd have to do to get the true ending. But the different ways to do things is very good. And also more challenging puzzles. Some of the puzzles in this game, like I think the first puzzle was actually reasonably difficult. But then as I got a little further into the boat, like the second tier of puzzles, both of them were super easy. And then like a lot of them I think amounted too much to just kind of clicking on stuff and not actually doing any puzzling.
Stuff I don't get.
But whenever the puzzles were good, I was actually super into it.
Like Ace. Well,
Like some of them were standout for
why
me.
did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him
They
yourself?
wanted to make telepathy happen, right?
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
It was on the 3DS. That makes sense. That one's probably the one with the 3D graphics then, for the characters. I believe I have 3 of these games. Are they all Nonary games?
Hey, were you listening to us?
Or is there only 2 that are Nonary games? I don't remember.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
Unfortunately, you were busy sleeping. I'm sorry, 2D, but you have missed the entire ending, which honestly has taken me longer than I thought it would. I've been here for 2 hours.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces.
Why did you have to go like the full psychotic route then?
I thought if I could gain the ability to access
Don't
the
care, that's fair.
field set, then perhaps
All I wanted was to see faces, and that's why I needed to put my gun up the people's heads and grab them and put them through games and actually act psychotically throughout the whole process and maybe not a little more understanding and empathetic a little bit.
That's it?
There are 3 games in the Nonary game series. I don't know much about Zero Time Dilemma. That's fair.
yes. If you want to put it simply.
Okay, so, but I did buy 3 Nonary games. I think I have I too, because like the entire like connected series was on sale, so I just got all of them. Can you do a fun little recap on what happened?
The human collective
Akane, Junpei linked up, got in Junpei in the incinerator, linked up with Akane from 9 years ago. They were linking up, sharing thoughts and stuff. Junpei solved the puzzle. Out of the incinerator, Ace is evil. We got Ace, threw Ace in the trunk, but we were also in the Nevada site. We were never in the ocean in the first place. Akane got out 9 years ago. We got out 9 years currently. I don't think Akane is actually here with us. She's like someplace else, I think. And nobody else died. We're all free. Santa was an accomplice to Akane. Akane was Zero, but Akane from like 9 years ago was Zero setting this up, so Akane could be saved in the past, I think.
What's the deal with that?
Akane was kind of a ghost. She was more like a mind connection. I doesn't have much connection with Nonary game, but it makes a decent amount of references to it. But other than that, it's its own thing and is very solid on its own. That's good. I was kind of curious about the connection, because like from what I had seen of I, it looked like super different from this game. But I really like Nonary, so like the connections and stuff, I think I would be happy to see them. I don't know what it would be though. Because looking at it, it looked kind of like a social sim kind of thing, like a Persona type thing. But I don't know enough about it to make that statement. So now you have to find another game to play. Play Night in the Woods is very cuckoo. I'll look it up, but honestly, I might just hop directly into the next game in this series. We'll see. I've got time to decide on games, and I plan on streaming for a while, so I'll be able to get to games in the future as well. I will never have a shortage on them.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found
Alice doesn't exist.
behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it.
Oh.
But the root.
The curse was never real. The morphogenetic fields were, though, that we could connect with.
Determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
There's 2 sequels. Danny was just telling me that the sequel after this one is like even better than this one, so I'm kind of really wanting to play it personally.
I used that extract to create Soparil.
Soparil.
Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
It's gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on home go. That's how I'm feeling too. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. And the Woods is a platformer with a story. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm not a platform master, so I don't know where to reference that in my mind. I is a detective game about serial killers. It's similarly formatted as 999, but instead of a puzzle, you go into people's dreams to find clues. One of your favorite mystery games? Oh, that sounds way cooler than like what my initial vision of it was. Especially if it still keeps up with I guess it's not a puzzle game then. It's more about like picking stuff up and deduction. So I imagine making correct choices and stuff would be more of the focus and finding the right clues. Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm towards me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure
It's a
not
voodoo doll? Man,
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
what a bad gift.
Well,
Weird
it sure
gift.
looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea. Then.
Yeah, you could like kill him.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools.
June reference.
I just thought I'd, you know,
Make more connections to the game.
Well, how about we call it June then?
Okay.
That's her. It's literally
So
her.
I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe.
So true.
So I give this. It me. So we
It me.
always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I understand now. I get why they wanted to like hang out the whole entire time. I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Jumpy, I'll never forget you. I promise.
And then she got kidnapped shortly after this. Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
That's sweet. The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. Last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what 7 remembers? 7 makes sense. Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But 7, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all? There is one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, 7? Look satisfied? No, no way? He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there!
7's lying?
Somebody next to the road.
Is it gonna be Akane? I would assume? Cutscene? Animation? Oh, the Egyptian priestess hitchhiking? I guess everything is real? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. Really thought she was naked with the skin color dress. I see. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. What a connection. Okay, so never mind, they just went ahead and picked up an ancient Egyptian priestess that was hitchhiking. Good thing she knew the sticking your thumb out to catch a ride. Maybe they did that in ancient Egypt. Did they have... Oh, well, obviously. Okay. There's only one ending missing. I am not going to do that ending on stream. um, it would be all of this, the right side of the screen that has not been touched. That was 999. I had a lot of fun with 999. I hope everybody else enjoyed watching 999. It was a lot. It was a lot more than I thought it would be. Going in, I assumed that, honestly, I assumed it would be like a 9-hour game. I thought it would fit with the naming scheme. I thought it would be shorter than that, to be honest. I thought I could finish the game within like my couple to few hour streams that I normally do along the way, and I thought like by the end of the third stream I thought I would be done. That did not end up being the case, and I had to quickly throw together a thumbnail and stuff for today. I didn't want to reuse everything. The game is a lot beefier than I thought it would be, and it sounds like the second game is going to be even beefier. So at least I'll be going into the second one with the mindset of, oh, this game is probably very big, and I should not underestimate it. So that will be worth thinking about in the future. Game was very good. Wrap up was sweet. It went on for a long time. I love the puzzles on this. Congrats on beating the game, kinda. I appreciate it. Yeah, the path that I took here was so all over the place. I started here. This is the path that I took. I went through door 4 into door, what is this? Door 8. I went to door 8. And then I went to door 1. And then I did this ending. I went back, answered a question differently, did this ending again because I thought it would go into this ending. Then I decided that I would do the other door. I went this way, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go this way because this way will lead into the true ending, because this one's the longest one, so this must be the true ending. So I go all the way down this path, and then I don't realize, like, oh, you need to have certain stuff done to get the save ending, so I end up with the knife ending. So then I have to go all the way back here to do door 5, and then I can go back down, but I believe I just teleported back to these rooms to do the dialogue that was required so that I could do the safe ending. Then I had to fast travel back again to do like the dialogue options that would allow me to do the oh wait, no, I did the coffin ending, then I did the safe ending, and then after I did the safe ending, then I was able to do the true ending, which is significantly longer, and they did just hide it, which I guess I should have expected. But I have no idea what this side looks like. I don't know what kind of ending that is. I assume somebody dies horrifically, and it will probably, I don't know, Junpei will probably be one of them. But that was 999. Thank you all for watching the wrap up. That took more than 2 hours to get to the point, which means that I would have been on stream for actually just about 11 hours. I believe 11 and a half hours would have been like the final wrap up for the stream, which is horrible. But thank you all for watching. I will read names. Thank you to Jerry Han Channel, Holland, Danny, and Tooney. I will be back probably next week with the second game in the series, which I'm kind of like super excited to play. And then I will be also streaming tomorrow earlier in the day than usual, Dredge, hopefully wrapping Dredge up and then moving on after that. And then Wednesday, obviously, Resident Evil. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all another time.